guys, and welcome to Train Sim World. Today I am very pleased because I managed to get the beta running. It's oh god, so there's that train that crashes my frame rate. I've managed to get it running with the Vico Dynamic DLL plug-in DLL actually installed. How I've done that is relatively simple. All those people that have renamed it, got it to work. Once you've got it to work once, come out of it, put the DLL back to its real name, and away you go. Literally, away you go. I've noticed no weird flapping with the hoses or anything. I'm still getting horrendous frame rates, really, but I'm still in awe, absolute awe of this game. I love it, really, really love it. The potential is unbelievable. So it does work with the Vico Dynamic plugin. You've just got to start up and make a profile. So it seems to be an error with the starting tutorial bit. What I'm going to do is just, off the top of my head, I remember there being a white helmet somewhere around here, and if you were able to see the footage that I've just recorded 50 minutes of that I didn't actually record because I didn't change the source on OBS, you see I discovered these white helmets. I'd seen them in a video, but that's cool. I'd seen them in a video, but I hadn't actually thought they would be in the beta itself, and they are. And after me standing around telling people, telling you guys how it was, I felt it was a little bit arcadey. There's me running around chasing after bloody white helmets. So we'll be doing a few regular stops on our way today. Anything I see that looks of interest, I will stop at. Also, funny little thing for you. It doesn't matter whether I'm in low or ultra, my frame rates are the same. Doesn't matter if I have anti-aliasing off, it doesn't matter if I have it on, it doesn't matter what version I have, it doesn't matter whatsoever. So I don't know what it is. My frame rates will drop as we get going. This is very playable, but I mean we get down to about 7 or 8 at points. But I promise you it makes no difference. I have just done the bit that didn't record. It's really annoying, but I'm not going through it again. Was me going through every graphical setting, showing you that it is exactly the same. I might get it done for you at some point. Well, this isn't going to take me through the tutorial again, is it? I don't want it to. I just want to get going. Wait for those brakes to come off. There they go. Oh, heavy. Let's get my lights on. And our front lights are in. Right, I'm guessing. Headlights on bright. So I have to turn the bell off. I don't like it at all. I can't. It sounds weird. It's one reason I can't watch, or really struggle to watch, should I say, American rail fanning videos, because of the bloody bell. It irritates the life out of me. Right, what am I doing in here? I don't know. Engine room light, platform lights. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of the engine room light. What I am going to do, because I haven't sat through and read how to do it or anything at the moment, is also disconnect the turn off the warning. Electronic devices can stay on, but the warning devices can come off. So I mean, yeah, we will drop down to about 7, 8 or 9 FPS at times. The other end of the route, we go right back up to 19, 20, breaking into 21. The only issue I'm having now is this weird sort of blurring motion effect here. It makes the scenery a bit stripy at times. I just got to click that to make you go away. What's it want me to do? Step 3. Why are you telling me how to drive it? Departed. So yeah, we'll sit here in the cab at our 9 FPS for a little bit. Once we get down towards Sandpatch Tunnel, I don't know what way I was coming actually when I did the last video. One side of Sandpatch Tunnel I know is absolutely fine. So we should be able to quite easily go back to some 20, 18, 19, 20 frames per second. So I'm going to thrash it a little bit. I think speed limit's about 35 most of this section. Right, so why have I fallen in love with this? One word. Potential. The potential. I haven't fallen in love with the beta, don't get me wrong. The beta does my freaking head in. But I've fallen in love with the idea of Train Sim World just because I can see the potential in this. And that's what I'm really hoping that you guys out there can do as well. I've seen a few people already go off their nuts about it being terrible and arcadey and da-da-da, and I get your point, completely get your point. Yes, this is very much suited to, why is that thing on? I turned it off. Yes, this is very much suited to what's this down here? It's about a console, because we know it is going to be released on the Xbox One and PS4 maybe even, and I'm fine with that. I've no real issue with that at all. I think it'd be a royal pain to drive. I have tried using the Xbox controller when they first brought out the native support for it, and yeah, I wasn't impressed at all. It's horrible to drive with it, in my opinion. Keyboard and mouse is much more intuitive. Maybe that's just because what I was used to be honest with you. But anyway, I think people are getting a bit het up on it. The fact that it's, I was even saying, just like I said earlier in the video, that it's a bit arcadey and finding the hats, P and all this and all that. And then I found myself walking through this beautiful scenery trying to look for these little hard hats, finding these wonderful little benches high up on verges, looking for hard hats. It got me exploring the map, and that is like what I can see with it. I like that idea. I have no problem with that at all. I do have a problem with the sounds of the but the logo itself, they're very, very detailed, better than anything we could have really ever thought of in Train Sim 2017. I'd say that with a caveat. I mean, there is a lot of features that are in some of the scripts and a lot of the more up-to-date Train Sim locomotives like Class 205 and things like that. You notice my pipes are still having a bit of a wobbly just now, which it wasn't doing earlier. Ooh, that's interesting. It really wasn't doing that earlier. Okay. So I take that back, even with it in, it's still a bit messed up. But we'll have another look at it in a bit. I'll see if I can work out what's gone on again. Just imagine walking up to a Class 91, opening the handles on the doors, pushing in, going through the cross carriage, the cross corridor at the back, using the shunting controls that are sitting behind it, even though it's nowadays disconnected or whatever. Cross corridor on a 66, a 60, going into the engine room on a 60, looking at the diagnostic panel and pushing the governor to try and get it to start a little bit quicker. With dynamic faults included and stuff and that as well, I mean, come on. It's unbelievable. Yes, this beta is ridiculously poorly optimised. And before anybody moans, of course I've reported all my findings to DTG. I have DirectX Diagnostic running in the background. For that purpose, they're getting everything that I find, and my opinions as well, whether they like them or not, really. This is just kind of mind-blowing. I mean, I'll stop at a point further down here and just show you this little bit I found. I found myself, I think there's about 10 minutes of the last footage was literally just me in this little yard walking around. I was like, well, we all like trains, we all like the railways. I mean, you wouldn't be playing this game if you didn't. And me, yeah, I am definitely more a locomotive and unit man than an infrastructure bloke. I know quite a bit about the infrastructure because that comes with the trains sort of thing. But I never thought that would be something I'd be into in train sim wise. But yeah, just kicking about at some sleepers and a couple of ballast piles, I was quite happy. And the detail in the scenery, I mean, the Unreal Engine is, well, yeah, Unreal. It's, yeah, stunning, and I'll get to some bits and show you. I am keeping my eyes peeled, and you can take the mick out of me for it if you want or not, but I quite like the idea of finding all the hard hats. It's getting me to explore. It's getting me to look. It's getting me to check things, which is, I'm sure it's their aim. You guys have probably just noticed that the noise getting louder. I haven't opened anything. This does seem to be something that happens every now and again. I don't know why. I thought it was maybe because I was going past a block face or something. No. So here we've got like a building site going on. Let's have a stop and a look at that. Even though we are in a terribly bad frame rate maybe. And it is the light. Oh, here's one other gripe. One other gripe. Have you tried the brakes in this thing yet? It's like you've got Superman in front of that. Stops you in seconds. Oh, 5 frames per second. See, there's one of the benches. See it there? It's got a lot of those around. A lot of these little benches around. Stick to a side task, do not block the main line. Sorry mate. I'm gonna be blocked for a second. Just want to have a look at what's going on here. It's good. It's very good. I mean, look at the flowers. I was walking through a bunch of stinging nettles earlier, it was brilliant. Got over here, look. Just walking through the bushes. Stand beside your pickup truck, look. So you just got crap in the back of it. I haven't had a look at a level crossing yet either. Look at that. The detail's immense. And if we can get something that is even, what, let's say, two-thirds as good as this? Like, looking-wise, and I'm not talking about frame rates or physics of the game or anything, just looking as good as the scenery does here. And I know it could look better even, but just even looking at that sort of bit, if we could get two-thirds of that on the British route, I'd be more than happy. More than happy. Stick a bit of sand down. Slowly. say it's red out actually? What? I'll take a hammer. Further down the line from here, because this is very much slower than some of the other parts of the route. As I said, 18, 19, 20. So, Joel, I've said that about 4 times this video already, and I bet you I won't get anywhere near it just because I've said it. Oh, Belg, job done. Love these little work sites. Little bits of the line that train seem very generic. I mean, I've just seen a helmet there. Won't stop to get it there. With the West Coast Main Line North, I mean, I know it's an old bit of DLC and it was amazing at its time, but that white transit van, that red and white bus. I mean, I know this white pickup is quite everywhere at the moment on this route, but we get used to it. No, I didn't. So, electronic. Yes, it's off. No, yes, it's off. Can't wait to get the cabs made. I was just thinking of things like certain gameplay possibilities it opens up. Imagine being a shuttler, so going back like Tinsley Depot or somewhere, Tinsley sort of Marshall Yard, somewhere like that, and just thinking you could have in multiplayer, you could have somebody driving the 08, somebody getting out and doing the wagons. The possibilities are pretty vast, and we all know Dovetail aren't the best at everything. Yeah, this is the yard, wicked. Is it? Ah, see, when I did it on the free road, that white pickup, I'm sure, maybe it wasn't, just didn't notice it. So, what I don't know why I'm getting such bad frame rates again though. Earlier I was getting perfectly decent frame rates here. Whatever it is that causes the weird frame rates, it's definitely a bit odd. So what I discovered, just as we were sitting here, was this little path. I thought, I wonder how far I can get up it. And you can. You can get all the way. Not only that, we've got cans around the bin, van going past in the background. How is that for a view? And then I've started noticing these little benches everywhere. So it's like they've picked specific little viewing spots. It's really cool, really cool. One thing I also noticed was this. Can you hear that? That is just something stupid, something little, but means a lot to me. That just shows you the sort of thing. You could be walking up and down checking overhead line equipment. There's the possibility that they could implement some sort of permanent way gang activity stuff. I just think we're literally at the beginning of something very cool. And with better optimisation, this should run on lower end machines a lot better than Train Sim 2017 does. I mean, the Unreal Engine is very good. At low settings, you can run it on basically anything. Even on medium, you can run it very, very well. DTG themselves have admitted that the beta is badly optimised. I can't disagree with them on that. Handbrake on. Handbrake off, thank you. Look at this and know that we're probably going to get some form of radio, dispatcher, whatever. I mean, some sort of semi-functioning GSMR would be awesome. Absolutely awesome. Old school CSR. I mean, in multiplayer, are we going to have a... Because I think they are saying that they do want to implement multiplayer, but it's a bit further down the line. But I mean, are we going to get... So somebody's a dispatcher, somebody's a driver, we're going to get a driver and a conductor and a dispatcher. It's quite exciting. So in British terms, that would be a driver, a secondman, sorry, an engineer if we were in America. In Britain, you'd get a driver, a second man, and a signalman. Even have people as dispatchers on the platform. I mean, it wouldn't be my cup of tea, but I'm sure it's someone's. You get people that like to be air traffic control and VATSIM. Really weird that I'm like getting such frame rates at this point. The last time I was here, I was getting much higher. What I will do, just to prove to you guys, is to take my display down to... So let's go for medium. E to save it. Then escape and escape. So just to show you there that even on medium, we're still only getting 7 frames per second. It doesn't matter what I change. I can turn off anti-aliasing completely off. I can turn VSync off. I can turn, you know, change the lot, and it still doesn't do anything. I could do screen percentage, and it still doesn't do anything. So I'm going to go back up to Ultra. If I'm going to sit at 7 frames per second, it might as well look good. Oh, tell you what. Let me go low, just so you see. Just so you really see. We might get a frame per second difference on this. No, not really. It's just about to go into the tunnel. So, no. Even in low, the cab interior doesn't look bad, really. I'm still quite pleased with it. So let's put that back to Ultra. Leave everything else as it is. E to save that, and then escape. It'll take it a second to load all that into Ultra. There we go. So the big difference is lighting. The way the Unreal Engine uses lighting is brilliant. Come on, that's a fair amount of dynamic brake going on there. So DTG have admitted that they haven't sorted out, well, on one hand they've said they haven't sorted out the lighting for darkness and things like that. On the other hand they've said we didn't put it into the beta. So I don't know if that means they've got it but it just wasn't good enough to put in. Either way, I'm not fussed. Like I was saying, I'm all for this. All for this a lot. Do I think it's going to be ready by February though? No, not by a long shot. I think if we do get something in February, it'll be better than this, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it'll be as good as we were all expecting. Fair play to them. I mean, a lot of effort's gone into this. The potential is massive. It's whether DTG can give it to us in the way we'd like it. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be expensive, but lots of hobbies are. Other hobbies include smoking and drinking, which isn't cheap, mountain biking, which isn't cheap, and model railways, which isn't cheap. So this doesn't really bother me if it's not dirt cheap. I can always wait a couple of months to get something. So the money side of it, yeah, I'm not. When they screw you over a bit like they did with the Welsh coastal route and that, yeah, fair enough, I don't like that. But if they're going to charge us, if they're going to come out with this and say, right, so phase 1 is 6x and that's $29.99. Is that going to give us the core simulator? And then is it going to be things like I don't want to really have to pay extra to unlock multiplayer or like microtransactions as such. I don't mind paying 699 for a loco I want or need for a certain route or whatever, because we're used to that. But if they start, they could do it a bit like Elite Dangerous did and did it in seasons. Would that make me happy? Yeah, I don't mind it, actually. So basically what Elite Dangerous did was brought out Elite Dangerous, first of all, and then every year, or every sort of 6-9 months a year, there is a new development. So first of all, we had Horizons, which meant we could do planetary landing on planets. This one, 2.3, is now Guardians, which means ship launch fighters and a few other bits. So every year you're basically going to be paying, if this is every year it's 30 quid, and we just upgrade your game every year, and it was a proper upgrade like an Elite Dangerous, not like Train Sim 2016 to 17, or 15 to 16, or 14 to 15 for that matter. If it's a proper one, I don't think people will have that much of a problem with it. I certainly wouldn't. And you get people who go, well, I don't have 40 quid to pump on a game every year. Well, do you know what, mate? Realistically, you do. Funds are tight. I've got 3 kids, not a brilliantly paid job, nor is my wife. I can't afford masses of luxuries. This is my kind of luxury. My computer, my bike, my beer and my fags. But could I really say, even though it'd annoy me paying 30 quid a year to a point, could I say I couldn't save up 2 quid a month or whatever? 3 quid a month to pay for the core update? That's kind of neither here nor there, is it? Let's do it. If it means that much to you, then of course you would. I know that's presumptuous of me, but that's kind of how I'd feel about it. So I just hope they get it working. I hope this does take off. I hope this doesn't flop. I hope this doesn't. Nothing happens to stop it being released, basically. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I'll easily be able to go back to playing Train Sim 16 or 17. Very pretty view that. Yeah, very, very easily after playing this. But I do like it. It doesn't feel, what I quite like is it doesn't feel alien. It doesn't feel as crap as World of Subways 3. It still feels a bit like Train Sim. Maybe it is the familiarity with the keys and things like that. Oh, completely the scenario. Yeah, maybe it is the familiarity, but I'm quite enjoying it. I haven't managed to get the shunting yard scenarios to load yet, so I'm not going to do one of them until I can get it to work. What I will do is another little free run, and we'll have just a little explore of the route, really. Yeah, I'll take you. Should we go for a different weather? Let's have a bit of different weather. I've not really tried the rain yet. I can't really show you. Let's do winter. Winter morning. Snowstorm. See how pretty it is in the snow. The snow texture itself. Yeah. Not massively convinced by that, if I'm honest. Not massively convinced. No, I don't know if I can do it. I think I can do winter, but without the snow. Let's do winter morning. Now, I know quite a few people have done a winter already, but the crunching under the feet is very cool. We've just gone eastbound, let's do westbound. And if you don't want to see me stop and walk around and look at routes and things like that, stop the video here. Thanks for watching. If you do want to see me walk around and do that, come we'll do it, because I'm not going to do this in 2 videos. So let's have a little look. Start westbound. What I'm probably going to do is just take a lead locomotive. I'm not going to bother with the rest of the train. The most out of a beta with our daily activities. Yeah, today was walking around or something. Okay, 12 FPS. First things first, let's go and uncouple this train. Set aside just to be safe. I'm just going to take a single locomotive. I love that. The animation's brilliant. You see how my pipes are all acting normally? Yeah. Pipes to the front acting normally? Yeah. So we'll get moving and see how they're looking going. Right. It's a bit nippy chilly. Let's get the heater on. See, I like this, and you'll know this from other videos. High heat. And then let's put gauge lights on. The rest of the train's pretty much set up. The lights will already be set. Right. I like the attendant call button as well. Stick it forward, brake off. Tell you what I want to do actually here is have a little look around first. Is my independent brake still? Yeah, that'll do. Just make sure. What it really was was me just checking I'd pulled away properly. Yeah, this was. I want to run around and have a look at this end of the room. That's exactly what I was doing. Assume the sleepers, snow-covered sleepers. Boxes and everything else. By the way, there's just rubbish in the backs of the trucks. Another one of the benches with a bin. That's even got some fag ends in it. Awesome. Even though they look like old fags, but hey. This worked with a bloke that smoked about 2 types of fags in Astro. It does make you explore the route a little bit. I'm sorry, I kind of take it. I'd quite like to go into buildings actually. It's nice to go, like have like a mess room or whatever you can go into. And I wonder if that's something that they're thinking about. 7. Oh, I've nearly found them all. There was a guy asking on Matt's stream the other day about putting a body or torso on. I'm not fussed about that, if I'm honest. It's not for me. Frames, nice one. Seems to be having more than one loco. It doesn't really like, because if I'm walking I'm up at like 30 frames, just the trains. So something about the trains themselves obviously causes it a bit of grief. Another route that I think maybe one of the very few American routes I think I would pay would be the Alaskan Railroad, just because of the program. Now we've got some frames. Let's have a look at the route, guys. Really, look at those distant mountains, everything over there. Stunning. Snow on the rocks. impressive. It's the lighting that does it. In VR, this would be immense. Actually, I think I need to put some tail lights on. No, that's here. I'd like to go talking about the SD40-2. Don't know massive about it, and funnily enough, I don't have my iPad with me today. Come on. No, I don't have my iPad in with me. Do some more checking of things. Let's just nip in the cab and turn that off. We're doing a lot of outside stuff. Details phenomenal. The route is stunning. Down to the fuel gauges and things that work. And take the fuel cap off. View 2. You can see the bogies moving about and everything, so we can have cab sway. What Matt Pendleton said on the stream is there is actually primary and secondary suspension on. So that's a pretty big deal for realistic logo physics or realistic movement. I like the camera views as well. It's a bit glitchy, but if you press Control 0 it resets it all for you. Sort of like a another one coming as well. That's Control. Yeah, see how it's eating the frame rate down to 17. Not massively, but it has. Noise ain't bad to be fair, sound-wise. Alright. And watch it shoot back up again when that bugger's off. I still find myself limiting myself to the views that you can get in train sim as well. Yeah, look, my cable's not doing anything weird now. See that? Perfectly normal. Strange. Go when you want it to. What it not do? I don't know what these max speed is, probably 60 I think. There's no real sensation of speed. I mean, we'll wait till we're out the tunnel, but 32 frames per second, more than I get on train sim. Stop that. I was just ready to go slowly through here and show you guys around a bit. Imagine this was like an engineer's side in the 80s. Maestro vans parked up in the Richmond yellow. Those weird Bedford things with like the crew boxes on the back as well. It's just really good. Really, really good. Going on with the smoke, I've lost that a little bit as well every now and again. Look at those bogies moving, this is basically what I wanted to see. I was trying to exaggerate it for you. So you can see how that's bouncing about there? So the primary work in the independent wheels and the secondaries between the body and the bogies. Physics are out, so if we just taken that corner at 7 mile an hour, we would have been on our bottoms. So first we'll stop. Whoa. Yeah, physics you see are a little bit out. A little bit out. Ooh. Like these coil reels, it's cable reels and stuff. So I'm stopping at these little bits. I like the idea of there being the helmets there, but also just to really look at it. I want to see if it does get a bit repetitive on me. Because I'm guessing this is the route that is the most developed. So this is kind of what we're going to expect, I think. was at though. Is that the one I saw earlier? Yeah, I think it was. We've got 2 more to go. Sometimes I'm quiet in this video just because I'm looking. Don't ask me why I'm not going up the rear steps. Very pretty. The draw distance isn't massive at all. I mean, it's literally like a little bubble around you. And considering this train has so many windows, visibility is not brilliant. Look at the reflection in the window. Isn't that awesome? Oh, I didn't know you could do that as well. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm guessing eventually you will be able to use that as a proper mirror. I mean, working platform mirrors, working platform CCTV. The reflections on the side of the locomotive. This bridge, well, it's getting close to the bridges, I haven't done it yet. God, the bridge, brilliant. Nice to be able to get up on it. I don't think we go over the actual bridges. Scout for some helmets for a mover. Snow effect's really good. I mean, here there's a bit of tiling going on, but I've been watching Obsidian Ant play. Oh, what is it called? It's a survival game Lone Dark is it called? I can't remember anyway. It slightly reminds me of that, walking around here in the winter. I haven't played it myself yet, I will get it at some point. But yes, I'm very impressed. Imagine looking down your Class 47 with a load of res parcel coaches, TPO, glistening like that. Oh yeah. The potential of this game is unbelievable. Do I think the beta is good? I think some of it is fantastic. But I think it's probably released a little bit early. Yeah. Oh, there's one of my chairs, benches. Do I think it's without fault? No, not in the slightest. Do I think DGG will be sketchy about answering questions about it and things like that? Yes, of course I will. Does that mean I dislike DGG? No. No, not at all. Does it mean I'll boycott it and go mad? No. I like it. I really, really do. Just look at down the roads. I mean, imagine having a route that you knew really well. And you could go to, like, the Tevisham Road level crossing was the one I used to use as a kid all the time. And to be able to go and stand there in this level of detail. I mean, I don't know if this looks like sandpatch grade for toffee. But if they can make it look like this, I'm sure they could make it look like my local level crossing. To the point, I'm enjoying it to the point where I'm not really fussed about it being an American loco, really. So yeah, definitely bits and pieces to fix. But just fun. Just really fun. And yeah, it's not perfect. The physics are rubbish. Sounds like brilliant. But think of all the detail in all the systems. If that sort of level of simulation and detail can be got in the beta, then let's hope by the time we get the full, we'll get something really good. I know there'll be a lot of you out there going, "You're dreaming, mate, it will never happen, it will never come out the way it should do, yada 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 yada." Fair play. I'm not saying you shouldn't think like that, because you're well within your rights with DG's previous history of releases and things, and yeah, you're right. They haven't exactly got the best track record, shall we say, of putting out a quality product. But again, that doesn't mean that I'm against them, and I'd understand why people would feel that way. Me, no, I'm all for this. I've just got a permanent grin on my face when I'm playing it, and if I'm getting that with this, when we do get a decent British route, a decent optimised game, jeez. So basically, guys, what you have to do is like and share this as much as possible so you make me millions, so I can just basically sit my arse and play this when it comes out. I'll do you a deal if I start making millions. I'll cut you in. I don't even really need millions. Something would be nice. Enough to be able to afford the game in the first place, probably. I'm a big fan. I'll stop saying that now. So people turn it off and stop saying that. And you're right, I shouldn't be repeating earlier. Stuck. You start the eastbound service. Let's have another look now. How many at the back door this time, so how many? That was purely by mistake, and then I said that like I meant to do it. I didn't. Oh God, can you see it? Yeah, alright, there we go. Back again. What I was also trying there was if I walked into that, would it trigger it? I'm getting real bad lag here. To go in the buildings would be cool. Not that it's a priority really. Don't really see it as a. That would be cool. That would just be funny. But you know they've got better things to be getting on with, if I'm honest. I'm going to run a bit up here. So you'll notice the frame rate will hopefully start increasing when I'm further away from the train. I'd also quite like to find the last two helmets. Similar looking buildings. Ahaha. No. Whoa. What is it about up here then? Is it the buildings? Is it the people? This building's been reused a fair amount. Yay! Ah, come on. Nine out of 10 now. Hey, mate, have you got the other hard hat? Might want to put a jacket on, pal. It's a bit cold. And you, love. Yeah, I think it's the buildings that are causing it. I mean, look at the texture on that building. Is that an old Merc 190? know I'd like to see it in Train Sim 2017 as well, but now we've got the tunnels, the inside of the tunnel sorted out, I'd love to see the Channel Tunnel. And now we don't. Now, in theory, we shouldn't have the limitation of Train Sim 2017 with the tile load. So in theory, routes could be as long as people could make them, because it'll only load in the bit it needs at the time. And the Unreal Engine does that very smoothly. Oh, that's me as far as I can go. Can't go any further. It's about 600 metres away I can go. So yeah, as much as the helmets are a gimmick, I won't deny that. Yes, it's very console-y, adventure gamey, point and clicky. Has it helped me fall in love with the game more? Definitely. Has it made me appreciate the detail in some of this stuff like this? Definitely. So, game on them for putting it in there, really, actually. I wouldn't like there to be some sort of I think you'll get XP for getting them or whatever, but I don't want XP to actually be that important, really. How many people actually click that profile bit on Train Sim 2017? Not many, I wouldn't think. At least hopefully by the time this comes out we'll all know this bit of track pretty well. I definitely will. Drive our train forward. Finish the job. Even though we're not holding anything over here. Includes a full service and timetable mode. More XP, thank you very much for that. Alright, and guys, so my final note of that. Yeah, I love it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and feel free to share it as much as you like. And I'll bring you a few more little bits and pieces more when I can get the rest working. Cheers, guys. Thanks again. See you soon.